First at 6, we're following breaking news. A tornado outbreak devastates Missouri. This is video of a twister near Joplin, where 3 people were killed in the early stages of the storm system last night. It has definitely worsened in the overnight hours. The state's capital city also taking a hit. We're told there's extensive damage in Jefferson City. And if you're watching the radar like we've been doing, looks like they're not out of the woods yet. Welcome to H-Town Rush, everybody. Obviously a very serious weather situation developing overnight.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of reports stream in on social media. Take a look at some videos and pictures all on Twitter overnight. Shots of those tornadoes, storm reports from crews in the field. We're going to talk to Cheetah about this coming up, but first we want to check in with Janelle Fort live in the newsroom, who's kicking off our Rush Block.
Well, yeah, ladies, we're getting a first glimpse at the destruction from those violent tornadoes, what the National Weather Service is calling violent tornadoes in Missouri overnight. They killed at least 3 people. And this morning, we're getting new video in. I want to give you guys a look at some pretty remarkable video that we just got into the newsroom. It's from Jefferson City. We're going to wait a second because it's not up yet. But it shows as lightning flashes and as it reveals a tornado, a massive tornado, just as someone is watching on their front porch. Those storms, they left people without power. They left power lines down. They flipped cars. It was just mass destruction. And this morning, that's what folks there are waking up to. Now, that's just one of the storms. Another storm hit an area, and now we're seeing that video right there. You can see that those massive tornadoes. Cars were flipped, debris was splattered, and there was an influx of reports of injuries. Jefferson City's fire department is saying simply pray for our citizens. Severe weather just tearing through that region the past couple of days. Another monster tornado touched down in Carl Junction last night. That's just about 10 miles from Joplin, and if you remember exactly 8 years ago, more than 150 people were killed in a massive storm there. Now, as if the past couple of days haven't been destructive enough, there could be even more dangerous severe weather hitting that area today and in the coming days, so we'll definitely be tracking that. But in the meantime, Cheetah, what is the weather looking like locally?
Oh my goodness, well, devastating news, really clear across that entire area. We will not be dealing with that, but I wanted to show you the latest storm reports pretty much from Oklahoma into the Great Lakes region this morning, and you can see all the tornadoes that Janelle was talking about that did touch down, and some of the localized hail reports as well. Again, damage is extensive. These thunderstorms are still severe, and they're producing widespread damage as I speak. This is going to be the big national story. Even when you can see after the sun comes up this morning, the cleanup is going to be extensive all across the area. Joplin's still getting hit right now. We will talk more about today and your Memorial Day weekend forecast stuff coming up next.
Yeah, thinking about friends and family in that area for sure, Cheetah. Thank you. It is a normal day. We thought it would be a lot lighter than expected. A lot of people were supposed to be off today, but looks like maybe people trying to get into work a little early, and maybe they have the rest of the afternoon off. I want to show you what's going on and what's waiting for you on your south-north freeway at Cypresswood. Not an accident. You've got morning volume, and then on top of that, we're getting word of some type of debris on the right shoulder and in the right lane. If it's metal debris, we will certainly see a break in traffic. So for now, just for safety precautions, you definitely want to stay on the frontage load. And then also South Loop on the westbound side 288. Very heavy this morning. Lisa.
Okay, Steph, thank you. Breaking overnight, a man robs a gas station and shoots the clerk. This happened just after midnight at a Citgo gas station off the South Loop. Police say the clerk is in the hospital and is expected to recover. Police do have a suspect description, and they are talking to witnesses.
Well, it's a story on so many minds. Where is Malia Davis? Now, Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo is adding $5,000 on top of the existing reward for information on the case. Sadly, the chief says that every shred of evidence points to the conclusion that little Malia is no longer alive.
We already know and believe that she's dead, and we need to bring her home.
You can see the pain in his eyes there. Chief Acevedo says he's not seeing as many tips come in, but he's convinced the more people that see the image of Malia's stepdad and his car, the more likely the right tip will come in.
Your Rush Block continues now with today's other big story, starting with the funeral for the woman who was shot and killed by a Baytown police officer. Pamela Turner's family says an independent autopsy showed she was shot 3 times in the face, chest, and abdomen. Baytown police say an officer shot her after she took his stun gun and tased him with it. Civil rights leader Reverend Al Sharpton will deliver the eulogy at today's funeral.
A family is mourning the loss of their only child. The family had just arrived from Honduras less than a month ago. They came here to give their daughter a better life. Now they're planning her funeral. We know her name is Andrea Salas. She was just 4 years old. Investigators say an 18-wheeler clipped the family vehicle as they were heading home on I-10 yesterday morning.
Federal agents say a 6th-migrant child died in U.S. custody. The 10-year-old from El Salvador died last year in September, but her death went unreported. CBS News reports she had a history of congenital heart defects.
A missing teen's mother hopes a new music video drums up clues. Allie Lowitzer disappeared from her Spring neighborhood 9 years ago after stepping off a school bus. The then 16-year-old hasn't been seen since. Allie's photo is one of those featured in the video for a remake of Soul Asylum's Runaway Train. The original video, released 25 years ago, also featured photos of missing children.
A second federal judge rules against President Trump in financial fight records. The judge says Trump can't block Congress's subpoenas of his banking records. That is your Rush Block. Today's big headlines from here in Houston and around the world. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood. Tweet us with the hashtag HTownRush.